Cause inside my head is a frightening place. Keep a smiling face only by this grace. Cause love more than I can take. Yeah. So we pray, so we pray.
All right, I know. I'm late. It's 6:33. Had a lot going on. It's been a weekend. Hopefully everyone's feeling good. Take a little disclosure. Let's get to it. Hey. All right, guys. What up, my dogs? It's 6:34. I apologize. I'm late. I hate being late. Hopefully it's not indicative of the week. No, we can't. We got to think positively. All right, guys. My name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's 6:30 club. It's actually 6:34. Red Dog's a little late. Anyway, uh, it was a little weird. On Sunday, I was feeling it a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I'm carrying too many positions right now. We've had a really nice run since the September 11th washout. Feel like I have a lot of things across the board, all different sectors, because not everything's working at the same time. It's been a great portfolio approach where we're managing a bunch of positions, and the trend has been strong. You look here at the chart of the spies, and every dip has been kind of been bought. That they haven't really shaken the tree a bunch. Ever since the September 11th washout, pretty much we've been trying to hold a bunch of positions, and we've been above the 8 and 21 days since. So I'm trying to stay with positions. I'm trying to use the tier system. I don't want to get caught with too much of anything, but I also want to stay with the trade. So some guys like, hey, Red Dog, what would be a good spot to hold to stay with the trade? I'm like, well, we had an inside day on Friday, right? The low here is 582.58. We hold 582.50. It's not going to be too hard to stay with the trade, right? And 580, 585, 586. Here we're above the 8 day. Last time they shook the tree a little bit, we went below low. We still held the 8 day. So, if we hold 582.50 and continue, there's not a whole lot, to that's going to, throw you off. Right now we're down 89 cents. It's not a big deal. I know the futures were up a little bit last night. Bitcoin was above 69,000. It's pulled in a little bit. You're getting this like rotational field. There's been a lot of the nuclear crazy names have been working. We were on that really early. We last week was the week to be in Bitcoin and the miners. The question is, are they going to pull back a little bit and make you work for it? If they would have went blasting through this weekend and came in at 71, it would have been different, but it didn't. It's not a big deal. So I do have a bunch of things. This is the alpha team that a lot of people trade with me all day long. I have a lot of different types of options on, and different types of stocks. It's but nothing to me that's irresponsible, and we'll see how it goes. This isn't peak earnings week. This is there will be earnings that come out this week, but it's really next week. We have Tesla this week, but expectations are pretty low. But we'll see how that goes. It's pretty tight. So anyway, this is the spies. We hold 582.50. Can't get too bearish. The 8 days moved up, so this is actually closer to 580 now. I'll tell you, some of my derivative guys that I talk to are saying, hey, if we do make a new high this week, you might want to put on some kind of hedges or some kind of just insurance into the week of November 15th. So right down the week of November 15th, it'd be awesome if we could thread the needle one more time where we break into like the 590s, and as you get into the 590s, you buy a little bit of hedges for the week of November 15th, and this way you don't get a side swipe. And if it costs you some money, that means you're making a lot of money in your longs. Anyway, that's that. So first things first, in FANG, it's good to see that Netflix, look at that. Netflix had a big gap and go. Netflix has been, kind of, sloppy. And then now you have a big pro earnings gap. So it shows that if you do take options into a name, into earnings, there's money to be made there. 736 was the prior high. Some guys went with it fast, and it went as high as 766. Nice trade. I didn't take this trade, but it was good to see. It didn't really help a lot of the other high beta tech names. For some reason, it didn't really juice up Meta or juice up FOMO anywhere else. But, you do have a nice little pro gap here, and now it might take a little time to go sideways. Meta's been very lethargic. I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. I am not in Meta right now. I bought a little bit of the 620s just in case for numbers. Earnings are coming out on the 30th, so you could buy the ones for November 1st. But it's not, if you're in the stock prior to it, if it breaks this 574, there's room to the downside, so be careful. Every little bit of strength has been sold. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but actively, if it breaks this, this is 574, this is 575. Chances are they might shake the tree a little bit there. I'm still an Apple, but again, it's not a barn burner, but it hasn't given me a reason to get out of it. I bought Apple right in here, and then it held 227, and then sold some into the prior high, and then it held 229, and Apple's doing just fine. What's Apple doing this morning? It's down $1, not a big deal. So Apple's low from Friday is right here. We'll see if it holds it. If it holds it, not so bad. What's this? This is 234. So, it is what it is. A little soggy open. Now the SPYs are down $1.12. So we'll see how that goes. Amazon was a little bit better. Amazon has this like wedge formation. I did buy some options. We'll see how it goes. It was a little stronger on Friday and then didn't hold. I would think that maybe this is something to watch. It's not leading, like I said, but as long as it holds this 184, some guys are in. Amazon's only down 60 cents this morning. Not a big deal. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if this holds that area. If this holds, so not so bad. As far as like Nvidia is concerned, Nvidia had an inside day on Friday. There was a lot of options that needed to expire. So at this point right now, we'll see what happens. Does Nvidia hold this 136.87 area? Nvidia is actually up this morning, so it's not not so bad. Things are allowed to kind of settle down. Mondays haven't been historically good the last month or so. Last Monday was decent, and then Tuesday they shook the tree a little bit, but again, kind of lethargic here. So I would say as long as this holds this 136, chances are maybe it goes sideways and gives you a better trade a little bit later this week. Or maybe, SPYs go from red to green and they go up. I think the reason why, SPYs are getting a little hit is because yields right now. Yields are going up a little bit. Anyway, a lot of people are focusing on Bitcoin. I focused on Bitcoin over a week ago. That was a great spot. I bought a lot of IBIT, bought a lot of the miners, and I got paid all last week. Now we'll see what happens here. Do they shake the tree a little bit because it's getting really loud around Bitcoin? I would, as long as it holds this area, I think, it's going to keep momentum intact. So what is this area? Here's your 8-day, by the way. So it can come all the way down to here and still be fine. That's 67-ish. I'd personally like to see it hold here, make it easy. But what I want is fine. And, what happens is different. It's not a big deal. It was a really nice move, though. This is where I started to get very long in here. A lot of guys out there did the same thing. And all of a sudden, you've had a really nice move. You had a really nice move in Mara, a really nice move in CORZ. The other day, we bought Mister in the hole. That was actually probably one of my best time trade in a while, where you could have bought Mister with a red dog reversal, through this 189 and then pow. What's Mister doing this morning? Mister's probably down a few points, I would think. It's not even down. Let's see what IBIT is doing. IBIT is down only 12 cents. Yeah, not a whole lot going on. So, I don't know why everyone's like, oh my God, be so careful today. But anyway, let me see what some of my dogs are saying around the world. I have 30 comments already this morning. Let's see. I'm going to put them up here. See what I missed. So we got MLD saying I got the sniffles a little bit. I don't know why. The ice barrel is getting colder, but it's good. It's good for your immune system. GEV earnings Wednesday pre-market. I get it, Todd. That's why I'm in options. GEV is one of those grid type plays. Poor Mets. Yep. Mets tried. They got close. Just Dodgers are a sick team. Dodgers, Yankees are going to be great. It's a lot of me and my friends, we're all Yankee fans, but we root for the Mets because it's like, hey, the miracle Mets, but not anymore. Let's see. Todd's better late than never. What do we got going on? Hedges. You're thinking the same thing. What's your equity ratio? You're a little too sophisticated for me. Yeah, Boeing had their I guess they came to terms with their strike, so Boeing's up a bit today. Still a broken name. I'd be a little bit careful there. Wolf. All right, so we want to talk. So this is Mister. Mister probably at some point takes out 227. I would think that's why I was buying it in the hole here. Thinking that hey, Bitcoin's not even through 70,000. We should be buying Mister, which was what we did. and now we'll see what goes on next. There are a few miners that, if you want to look at this as a sector, Wolf right now was a name that people were talking about. It's a fun name to talk about, by the way. Druckenmiller bought 2 million shares of. Looks really tight here, so I would stay with this. I'm going to get bigger. I bought it. First time I actually bought it was here, and then it just kind of failed, and I got involved here. I have some options on, and then if you look at the weekly chart looks pretty insane, where it can get up towards 7.5 or 9. Especially if Bitcoin continues this move. Like Bitcoin hangs out a little bit, this consolidates. And if Bitcoin gets through 72, 73, goes towards 85,000 or more, which everyone's talking about for Thanksgiving and thereafter, this thing is going to be, a really nice trade. So I would position a little bit now and, see how it acts. I'm going to probably add to it right now. The Wolf. What are we doing this morning? It's, what are we doing? It's up a whole penny. So Bitcoin's hanging in there. I'll tell you, SPYs are down $1.25. This is up 12 cents. This is only down 16 cents. Not so bad. By the way, I went after silver last week, and look at that move in silver. I haven't really been that engaged in silver. And then a bunch of my guys like, so SLV is finally above 29.50, and really nice trade in silver. I went with the options, which were a triple, just like that. So beauty of this business is sometimes you just go with it anyway. Nice move in silver. What's silver doing this morning? It's up 30 cents. It was higher, but things are coming in. Now the SPYs are coming in a little bit more right now. So we'll see what's going on here a little bit. I just, sometimes you just get like a little feeling like I felt like they were going to shake the tree a little bit today. Now the SPY's down $1.70. What is going on in stock market land right now? Anyway, did you guys see that they tried to bomb Netanyahu's house? And so there could be a retaliation this week, which might not be the most settling thing for the market. Oil's up a little bit. Anyway, what just dropped for me? Yeah, I gotta make some adjustments. I got a little bit going on here. Anyway, with that being said, silver was nice. Gold's been nice. Silver finally played some catch up. The whole nuclear sector. Wow, look at this OKLO. Like this one, I wasn't even expecting it, and it turned into such a huge winner for me last week. I mean, not last year. First bought the stock in here. Everyone's making like they were so early here, like they were so good. I was really early here. I was buying it in here, had the first move, was nibbling on the way down, saw that news come out, volume came and bought the hell out of it. Then my guys were telling me how, they were buying the $25 and $30 calls for, for January. So I started buying the 2250s, and then all of a sudden that happened. Went as high as 2064. And now we'll see if it, kind of hangs in here a little bit. 2064 is right there. Anyway, yeah, SPY's down $1.70 now. Let's see, China. Okay, that's not anything new. Anyway, what's it doing this morning? Let's see. OKLO is down 14 cents. What a nice little sector, though. When you can have a stock that's at $9 go to 20 in a week, then lots of different ways to make money there. A lot of people saying thanks for OKLO because I went over this on the 630 Club a bunch of times. I didn't play SMR, but part of that whole group. See what happens here if it needs a little bit of time. What do you guys say? GEV? Yeah, GEV to me looks like it's getting a little wishy-washy up here, to be honest. But after a big move, so I'm just in it for earnings. Not a huge play, but a lot of people think this is going to be something you could focus on for the next year or so. Makes some sense. Let's see. Do we stop going? Yeah. Bitcoin didn't really get hit on that. Mr. got hit. Tesla's down too. Tesla, I would see how it goes prior. Like I've never seen Tesla this tight, and I think they're not really expecting a whole lot for earnings here. So I think earnings are what, Tuesday? What's today? October 23rd, Monday. So Wednesday. Yeah, drug was nuts. There was a lot of little names that went nuts. There's definitely some reason to be a little bit more cautious. Again, I'm hoping we could thread the needle. We get one more move into next week. You got a lot of earnings next week. And then I would like to put on hedges again for the week of November 15th. If we went up higher, maybe buy some puts. I'm not selling premiums time, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, it's 648. We'll see. Do they break this Tesla lower prior? They could. In order to do it, they have to get it below. This is 214. You could say this is what 217.90. Right now, Tesla is 218. This should be interesting. So I would think Amazon should be buyable. You would think Apple would hold in. Again, it's the market hasn't had much volatility, so Mondays haven't been great. We'll see what Bitcoin holds. Snow woke up. Some of the software names woke up, but it's like, so think about it. Yeah, if you had to buy it perfectly, and now if you're in Snow, you got to be long versus a lot of guys got me in, Unity software, which wasn't great, but we'll see what happens here. I bought options because I don't like this sector still, like a catch-up laggard sector. I bought that. I bought the CELH that guys were like all over. Again, I hate these lower level names, but they're so shorted, and sometimes they start a new sequence, and as long as they can hang in certain areas, I'll stay with it. So I have some options on for this week for this. We'll see how that goes. I did buy some XBI calls, thinking that XBI could, be a nice trade, but I went out to November 15th. I'm not in it this week. We'll see what this does. XBI is, the bio sector, so we'll see how that goes. I got to go hustle here. I'm like a little distracted because I do have too much going on. But that's the market. Anyway, good luck today, guys. Don't get over your skis.